Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachawadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter, and the first verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. That's right. And how is it that we measure the time diligently in itself? By watching. Okay, seeing what's going on around the world, seeing what's going on in the news, and filtering it through the scriptures. Okay, that's how we measure the time diligently in itself. That's how we understand what time that we're in. Okay, continuing on. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's right. And how is it that the Lord is beginning to visit this place? By way of these plagues. Okay, we see that these plagues are being sent. Famine, pestilence, and sword. We understand that these plagues are being sent, but we know that it's going to intensify, it's going to escalate, heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. And how else is it that the Lord is beginning to visit this place? By way of his prophets. Okay, you see that the Lord has his prophets out on the highways and byways, preaching his word in truth and sincerity, warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come, and telling you other nations your judgments. Okay, so we understand how the Lord is beginning to visit this place, man. Okay, continuing on. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, and we're seeing the earthquakes that's going on throughout the earth. It was a recent earthquake in New Mexico, Texas, Cruz Bay, Hawaii. Okay, it's been multiple earthquakes in Texas. Okay, Alaska. Okay, so we're seeing these earthquakes, man, that's occurring throughout the earth, man. Okay, and we're also seeing earthquaking events happen throughout the earth, man. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's right. And we're seeing the uproars of the people in the world, man. Okay, you're seeing more and more protests that's happening throughout the earth. You're seeing more and more people coming up against the government. Okay, so we're seeing these things, but we know that it's going to escalate, it's going to intensify, it's going to get worse than what you see right now, heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. So I'll get what else I had. I'll go to Zechariah, the 14th chapter, and I'll start at the first verse. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and we understand that the day of the Lord is near. Okay, continuing on. And thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. That's right. During the time of Jacob's trouble, we understand that it's going to be people out here getting assaulted. Okay, the scripture goes into it in Matthew, the 24th chapter, about how the love of many shall wax cold. Okay, so it's going to be like every man for himself out here during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's going to be a lot of your neighbors, a lot of people you grew up with, okay, that's going to be looking to assault you, put you to death, people that you don't even know. Okay, that's going to be looking to put you to death and take your goods right up off of you, man. Okay, anything that's useful during that time. Okay, these are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 1. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided in the midst of thee. Verse 2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken. That's right. It says, and the city shall be taken. Okay, so we understand that during the time of Jacob's trouble, martial law will be declared. We know there's going to be troops in these cities, foreign troops throughout these cities. We know there's going to be checkpoints. Okay, we know that America, which is Babylon the Great, is divided up into 10 different FEMA regions. Okay, so you're not going to be able to move around as freely as you was once able to. We know that these things are going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, continuing on. And the house is rifled. That's right. We know there's people going to be getting their doors kicked in, getting their goods took. Okay, continuing on. And women ravished. That's right. It says, and women ravished. So we understand that there's going to be women that's going to get raped during the time of Jacob's trouble. When you look around, man, a lot of these women are extremely proud. A lot of these women, speak against their man. Okay, a lot of these women heavily support feminism. Okay, a lot of these women rely on Esau. Okay, going to the government, as the scripture goes into in Isaiah, the 31st chapter and first verse about woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Okay, we see that from a lot of these women among our people, man. Okay, but we know that it's going to be a lot of women that's going to get raped during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and I'll continue. Well, I'll read that again. And the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity. That's right. It says, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity. So we know that it's going to be some people, that's going to go into these concentration camps, man. Okay, I'll continue on. And the residue of this people shall not be cut off from the city. That's right. So we understand that it's going to be some that's going to be left, man. Okay, so these are the things that's going to be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Okay, it's going to be worse than anything that we ever experienced before, man. Okay, as the scripture goes into in Daniel, the 12th chapter and the first verse, man. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get what else I had. All right. Me get this in Isaiah, the 59th chapter, and I'll start the 19th verse. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west. And what's in the west? America, which is Babylon the Great, is in the western hemisphere. Okay, continuing on, his glory from the rising of the sun. And we understand that the Lord will be reverenced throughout the earth. Okay, continuing on. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, and who's the enemy? Esau, Edom, and his military. Okay, we understand that they're going to come in like a flood, man. Okay, but what's going to happen? I'll continue on. The spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. That's right. It says the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. So we know that it's going to be divine intervention, man. Okay, we know that the Lord will make a way for his elect to escape. Okay, we know there's going to be some brothers that's going to receive spiritual power. Okay, very soon. Okay, that's going to be able to get busy on you devils out here, man. Okay, but we understand that we have to wait upon the Lord. Okay, we have to continue to be patient. We have to continue to be spiritually minded during these times, man. So let me get that in Romans. Okay, I'll get this in Romans, the 8th chapter. All right. And I'm going to go to the 6th verse. Okay. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death. That's right. It says for to be carnally minded is death. Okay. And we understand that when you're being carnally minded, that's having your mind governed by the flesh. Okay. A lot of guys you may see out here may feel like, oh, I need to take matters upon myself. Okay, let me, stockpile on these weapons and let me go handle this myself, man. Okay, a lot of these guys want to form militias. Okay, that's being carnally minded, man, thinking that you're going to come up against Esau, Edom, carnally understanding that this damn devil blessing was the sword, man. Okay, so we understand, man, you being carnally minded, that's death, man. Okay, continuing on. But to be spiritually minded is life and peace. That's right. It says, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Being spiritually minded is waiting upon the Lord. Okay, going out to the highways and byways, preaching his word in truth and sincerity. Okay, doing these lessons like what I'm doing now. This is being spiritually minded, praying to the Lord. Okay, waiting upon the Lord. Okay, doing everything that's required of you, man. Okay, going out, making our bodies a living sacrifice, as the scripture goes into in Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. We understand that's being spiritually minded, man. Okay, and we understand that's life and peace, man. Okay, but if you're going to be carnally minded, we understand that's going to lead to death, man. Okay, and we know that the wicked of our people, they're carnally minded, man. 2/3 of our people are carnally minded, man. Okay, you see that a lot of our people, they want, well, I say this, a lot of our people are extremely impatient. Okay, a lot of our people want to take matters into their own hands, okay, not waiting upon the Lord, want to do things themselves, okay, and they're going to be sore disappointed very soon, man. We know 2/3 of our people, they're going to be cut off here in America, which is Babylon the Great, pursuant to Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8, okay, so we know, man, we have to continue to remain spiritually minded during these times, man. Wait upon the Lord, praying, fasting, man, okay, fellowshipping, man, okay, doing all the things that's going to be profitable to your salvation, man. Okay. So with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect. And I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.